Welcome back to Stamping at the Warren, and I'm Kim Tolton, and we do seem to have sorted the problem with the fogging of the camera. It's just where the temperatures are plummeting overnight, so in future I'm going to have to take my camera indoors and not bring it out to the workshop until the room has warmed up, which it has now, so hopefully no more fogging. So do apologise for that. Anyway, today I have got a really quick, simple, clean wedding invitation to share with you. Now, when you're doing your own wedding invitations, I think it's really important to keep it fairly quick, clean, simple. Otherwise, the chore just goes on for what seems like forever. And you can create really beautiful invitations. Really simply. So that's what I'm going to show you today. There will be more coming up because I'm starting to do my customer orders for wedding invitations. So if you're ever interested in a quote, please by all means contact me at kim.tolton@googlemail.com, and I'll work with you to create some beautiful invitations. Right, so this particular one, you've got Celebrate on the front, which is a really good cover-all sentiment for any sort of celebration. And then on the back, because they want a postcard style, all I've done at the moment, there's just a blank piece of Whisper White cardstock on there. Normally, I would print out all of the wedding information, and I use either Whisper White or Very Vanilla cardstock. Those will go through your printer, will give you a nice printed image, and then you would put that on the back instead of a plain piece of cardstock. Now, this is actually, the front here is actually Whisper White, but the Artistic Impressions stamp set, which I'm using today, not artistic textures, it's timeless textures, this one here. But the way that I have used it, it actually has the appearance of being Very Vanilla cardstock on the bottom, but it's not, it's Whisper White. So I'll show you how I made it, and you'll be amazed how quick and simple they are. And the key with doing any sort of bulk make is you do it as a piecework. So cut all your cardstock to size, cut your mats to size, any other elements that need to be cut, do those. Then you start all your stamping and just stamp the same image every time. Then you do your next image and your next image, and then you put all the ribbons on and that sort of thing, and you will find that the job goes much quicker, much cleaner, with fewer mistakes because you're doing repetitive work. Right, so first of all, you want 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock that measure 14.4 centimetres by 10.1 centimetres. So this would be for the front and back. Obviously, if you're printing out, you wouldn't be cutting it until after you've printed everything out. We're then going to start building our image. So we're starting with this lovely image here, which is this frayed edge, aged edge look. And it's amazing how it creates the most beautiful look. So I've used Sahara sand and ink it up, and just start in one corner and try and get it so it's actually overlapping the edge of the cardstock, so not having it inside but on the outside. Make sure you're overlapping, and you're using first and second generation stamping techniques for this, which just means that you would stamp the image twice between inking the stamp up again. And it gives just the most beautiful frayed paper edge look. And then finally down this side. And there is the outer part of your card done. I'm actually going to change this stamp because I'm also going to do a different stamp to what I've got here. So for behind the where the sentiment is going, I'm just going to pop that grid pattern. So that's that. And next you want Lost Lagoon ink. So just 2 ink pads, couldn't be easier than that. And then using the Flourish, sort of fleur-de-lis type stamp. And again, don't re-ink between every stamping. So, and you're just going to rotate and do this in each corner. Just so. So you've got different shades of that same colour, different tones. Still leave that open. And then you just want a wedge of stamping sponge, and we're going to just go over the edges, and it's actually going to, rather than hide the patterns here, it's going to actually highlight them. Trust me, it will. See what I mean? You would think that the sponging would actually hide all of that, but it doesn't. It highlights it, and it makes those little images stand out more and makes it all very cohesive. And I'm using sort of middle-sized sponge circles, and some I'm sort of spreading it over a bit, and others I'm keeping quite tight to the edges. Just to keep it in with that aged, distressed look. There you go. Okay. And just a bit of fast fuse, because obviously these are going as quick invitations as postcards, so they're going to be going into the post. You don't need to do lots and lots of layering and everything. So just mat that down onto a piece of Lost Lagoon, so keeping it all very coordinated. So some Lost Lagoon cardstock here that measures 14.8 by 10.5 centimetres. We're going to wrap a piece of ribbon around this now. So just cut your ribbon so it's slightly wider, slightly longer than the width of your card. And then the easiest way is with a piece of tape and tear. Find your end, and then pop it down at one end, and then run it all the way along, keeping it into the middle of the ribbon, so you've not going to have sticky edges. And the old, I can't remember what it was called, the old tape that we used to have with Stampin' Up. Amazing what a difference 6 or 7 months makes. So you just peel off the backing to that ribbon, pop it over, and just place it down roughly a third of the way from the bottom. And then the last job is this Celebrate. And there's different ways of sticking it down. You could run a strip of fast fuse along here. You probably could use the fine point glue pen. I personally think a little bit of Tombow is probably the best thing here. You don't want to go overboard with it. But the good thing with Tombow is when it dries clear and non-sticky. So it's a good choice where you don't need a really fine nib. Okay, and it glues really fast. And if you are doing lots of layers, make sure you put this on after you've done everything else, because otherwise the wood will break if you start pressing down on it too hard. And that's just because it's an intricate die cut. And there you go, that's already dry. And then your last job is to pop your piece of backing on here. Obviously you would have your wedding details on here, date, time, place, and then that goes down over the top so you can't see those edges of the ribbon. And that's your first card done. Now I haven't measured that in terms of time. Where are we? We're about 12 centimetres and 12 minutes in. So that's not bad, is it, really? So we're 12 minutes in, and that's one card, and that's with me really yakking on. So you should be able to whack out a card. If you're doing it as piecework, on average it would finish up around about 5 minutes per card. So even if you've got 100 cards, you know, if you get all the cardstock done, and this is what I do all the cardstock, take all my rubber stamps indoors, all the accessories, and then whilst the TV is on late in the evening, that's when I put all of my orders together. So I actually physically assemble the cards, do the stamping and all of that. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Going to be a few wedding ideas, because obviously I've given my customer a few ideas, although I won't be publishing the actual card I'm making for her, because I think that needs to be unique for her. Obviously, as always, the information section, the show more section below today's video gives you all of my social media accounts, and it would be lovely to see you on there, especially on my community Pinterest board. So all you have to do is follow that. If you go over to my blog as well, you can click on the image of the Pinterest board on the left hand toolbar, and that will take you straight there. Just like it, and so long as I can see that you're clearly a papercraft enthusiast, whether you're active or not, but you know you're interested in doing it, and I can see that, then I'll send you an invitation to join the board. I do not expect you to be using just Stampin' Up products. My only rule really is there is no spam post, okay? So you can't be doing non-paper stuff on there. If you are, unfortunately you would be removed from the group, and that would be a real shame, because I really like that as a friendly place where people come together and just share all of their ideas in that one place, and it's really nice getting to know everybody. So whichever format you choose, I do like having information and comments and suggestions on topics. So you can also leave comments after today's blog, and you can also leave them on my my blogger account as well. Alright, so thank you very much for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow with another card. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta for now.